So let me check if this is going well. So let me just quickly check from my other computer if this is going well, if the audio is okay and everything is all right. Yeah, so I guess we're live, but now I need to check the audio of this. Okay, is the audio good? I presently have no idea. Okay, hello. So this is echoing now. I need to mute it. Great, it's muted. So I guess it doesn't have any kind of noises or anything like that. So what we're going to do here is pretty simple and also very exciting at the same point. So what we're going to do is actually build a game with DragonRuby. So DragonRuby is a gaming framework. So the framework is it's a game engine written in Ruby, and you can use Ruby to access it, and it is completely free for personal purposes. And you can also, it has very good integration with Twitch and stuff like that. With the gaming platform itch and itch.io, and you can. So it has pretty good integrations and pretty good functionality. So the steps here are very simple, and there won't be any hitches or anything like that. So this is itch, and you can easily export your game to this and let anyone play this game. Okay, so the game that I made last time when I was going through this book, so that is called Silly Dragon Target Game. Okay, it doesn't appear right out. Okay, let's see. So let's start with my name. That doesn't appear as well. What's going on? Okay, nothing appears. This shouldn't be the case. So I think let's get to github.com/ okay, with OG. So I guess this is my GitHub page, and there should be stuff around here that the code is completely open source. I made the game completely open source. So this is Dragon game. This is what I did. So this is it's here, Silly Dragon Target Game. So it wasn't appearing in any of the searches. I don't know why. So this is the game that I made. The prefix is not this. This is just the poster. And if you just run this game, so it needs to do some stuff, and it will run on the browser. So it's not like you have to download something in your computer. So it will just run directly in the browser. So it's about 4 megabytes. That's a very small size. Okay, let's wait here. It's 99% done. So this is here, Silly Dragon Target Game by me. So you can just click or just tap a switch, and everything's good. So let's say let's go here. So this is the game that we have. So the music going crazy. Okay, let's so this is the Silly Dragon Target Game. You have to just hit the targets. So this is by me, and you can use arrows or the regular WASD switches, and Z to fire, Z or J to fire. Okay, let's fire to stop. Okay, so this is a very simple game. can see it says that game is over. The score is 38, and that's a new high score. So the high score is not global or anything like that. So if you play, it's gonna store the data at your browser, and if anyone new plays, so you will be able to compare your scores to each other. Okay, so this is what the game will look like when it is finished. So this is what we're trying to build here. Okay, and so the book is called it's written by a guy named Brett Chalupa. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correct. So I just I reached out to him. So the book has a pretty good very permissive license, but I thought that it was a decent thing to do, to just ask him if I could make a video series out of it, and he completely agreed, gave it a thumbs up. But it was some months ago, so I didn't get time in this time period. So I took a long time to just begin this series of videos. Okay, so Great Chalupa Dragon Ruby game book. So this is what building games with Dragon Ruby. So this is the book that we will work with, and this is completely free, and this is very, very easy to follow, and you will have a great time reading it. Okay, so let's just download this book from here, and this is completely free. This book is free. Okay, so we'll just download the game here. So this is I think this is the latest version that we have here. Okay, so building games with DragonRuby.pdf. Okay, let's download this file. Okay, that's some ads here. Okay, let's not care about those. So let's just this is our book. This is the book that we'll work with. This is a very short book. This is just 102 pages, and not even that, because there are full pages of diagrams and stuff, diagrams and game screens and stuff like that. So this will be very easy. This will be very, we'll be over with this in no time. So this is written by Brett. He's a great guy, and all of the credit goes to him for writing this book. So I'm just making a video version of this book. Okay, so this is when I read this book. So this is something that I said to him. So this quote might not be from me, might be from someone else, but this is definitely how I felt at the time when I have finished this. So basically I work as a deep learning research engineer generally, and I was working then, and I was just the stuff that I do that goes into production, that you have to train a model, you have to write a full script, and then what you do is generally modify the scripts for some weeks, and sometimes it becomes months, because let's say you have something and you want to implement a newer functionality, or not even that, you want to try something, a newer filter before the data loading step or something like that. So you just write a new function, you read a new paper, you implement that, or find the implementation in the library that you are working with. I generally worked with PyTorch and fast.ai. So then what happened is, so it was completely sort of boring to me, because I was staring at one script, one Python file, some Jupyter notebooks all day, all week, and I was not building anything. So that is one of the fun things of programming. You build stuff, but I was not building anything. So it totally irked me out, and I totally started this book, and so because the time commitment of a job is very high, and I have my personal life, and so I was looking for something. I was looking to build something, and not build something in a way like a full-fledged side project that you might make money off of. Not as big as that. I didn't want something as big as that. I wanted something simple and that taught me new things, and also I would have a lot of fun doing that. Okay, so that was my goal, and this book totally fulfilled my wish. I came to know about this book about a post in Hacker News. So after that, I started reading this book. I finished this in a week or so of free time, and I also posted screenshots and recordings of the game to my friends and stuff like that. I also sent links to my friends to play this game, but only a few of them did. It's not an exciting game, I know, yeah. So so let's go with this. So why actually embrace this project? So one thing that you get to know is you get to know about programming and logic. Okay, and there is another thing. So this is making a game is like a complete project. You have to plan out what you do, what functionalities you will implement in the game, and what are the dynamics, what the dynamics would look like, what the canvas would look like, what the how the characters would behave, and you have to press switches to interact with the character, and the character will respond to those key presses. Implementing all this, it's a lot of fun. It's a complete full software project, and it's a lot of fun. It's not like a website where you program the back end and the front end and that's it. And it's a game. It's a full-fledged game, and it's much more exciting than that. And you also get to learn a lot of things. So how images are rendered, how you respond to input. So let's say this is a web page, and I am right now pressing the up arrow. So this is going up. So somebody has programmed it. So whenever the arrows are pressed like this, so the PDF renderer will respond this way. Okay, so you get to do that. You get to implement that in game design. So this is more artsy part of the project. So like what exactly the game will be, what the story will be. So here there will be no story like Zelda or Call of Duty. So basically, but it's totally under your control. Like, what do you want your game to be? So do you want it to be a rocket shooting aliens, or you want a dragon shooting fireballs out of its mouth? Whatever you want. So is it a target game or whatever? So it's totally inside your hand. Interactive design. So you get to press switches, you get to pause games and stuff like that. So you get to implement all of that with programming. And there is you can work with image files that are images, and they render inside the game, and they behave in a pre-programmed way depending on the game logics and your key phrases and stuff like that. So that will be that's also really interesting. And you also get to work with audio, and you also distribute the game software to the users. Okay, so you not only design it and just keep it inside your computer, so other people get to play it, and you distribute it. That's also a fun aspect of this. Okay, so so you can also get feedback from your game, and you can iterate to make them better. Okay, so it's a lot of fun. So I think you will have a lot of fun with this too. Okay, so this is a very fitting project to be someone's first game project. Okay, and how much programming do I want you to know? You don't have to know Ruby beforehand. Okay, you are completely fine if you are programmed in any other programming languages in one serious project, inside a company, or for an assignment in your university, or if you're a solo learner, a self-taught person. Just 1-2 serious projects with programming in any programming languages like Python, C++, Java, whatever. It doesn't matter, JavaScript. So if you have some programming experience, so you are just golden to pursue this project. So what we'll do, we'll use something called the DragonRubyGameToolkit. So this is a cross-platform game engine for building 2D games. So it lets you write games in Ruby, okay, and it's a really fun language. It's really and approachable too. You know, just like Python. If you have programmed in Python, you know that's how easy is it to understand and get started writing code in this language. So it's not like just to get started you have to cross a high barrier or something like that is in some other language. So JavaScript, Python, you know, just like those languages, Ruby is also very easy to get started with. Okay, and what's fun about this is when you create those games, you can distribute it to any modern platforms. Okay, so Linux, Mac OS, Windows, wherever you want, you can just ship the game. And there are some stuff that are there. There are some restrictions of free versions, like you can't ship to mobile devices, you cannot build APKs or ship it to be played on a Xbox or a Nintendo, stuff like that. So that doesn't happen. This is a game engine, and there are some game engines that are no code or require very little code. But for this particular toolkit, DRGTK, that is DragonRubyGameToolkit, this is DRGTK. So you will have to run code, you have to write code and run code. Okay, that's nothing to worry about. So if you know a little bit of programming, that's fine. Okay, so if you don't know Ruby, so the author says that if you don't know Ruby, that's okay. This book will teach you what you need to know. Okay, so I will teach you. So whatever it's suggested here. So if something is missing from the initial introduction, then I'll just teach you later. Okay, so it doesn't really matter. Okay. Okay, there is one thing, that is DRGTK. It's not free, but they are very liberal in offering you a free license as long as you're a student or you're not trying to make money off of it. So you can get a free license. They are very obliging. You just have to ask them. So you just get in touch with them. And they will give you a free license. So this has very good Discord channel, and it's editor agnostic. You can work with anything, NeoBeam or VS Code or whatever you like, or JetBrains IDE, whatever you like. Okay, so these are the licenses. So these are very one-time, $48. So you can shell out money if you want, but you can also ask for. So this is if you're eligible for a free license, if any of the following items pertain to you: your income is below $2,000 per month, USD. You are under 18 years of age, or whatever. So you can be over 18 years of age, but if your income is below $2,000, so they say you are eligible for a free license if any of the following items pertain to you. Okay, so I think so that's very reasonable, like, right? So $2,000, you earn below $2,000 a month, you are under 18 years of age, you are a student of any type, okay, traditional public school, homeschooling, college, bootcamp, whatever. Okay, you're a teacher or mentor or a parent who wants to teach kid how to code. So that's very liberal, right? You just ask, and so you just get in touch with Amir. Amir is a very friendly person, and he will just give you access to a free license. Okay, so that's cool. So you just have to ask. They will just give you access. So here are something that why this particular thing was chosen. So we'll not go pretty deep into it. So it's focused on 2D games. Okay, so okay, and it's so easy to distribute games to all modern platforms, from desktop computers to the web to mobile devices to consoles, and it's cross-platform, and it's I have worked with this before. I have made a full game and some other minor projects, and this is true. So this is one of the tools that just works. You don't have to haggle with it. Okay, so there's no worry. It's worry free. It just works, which is absolutely amazing. Okay, it's very fast, which is important for making quality games. That's true. Okay, if it's very slow, it takes a lot of time to build, and it's not quick to iterate. Okay, you have to iterate. Programming is an iterative activity. Whatever you build, whether you're a web developer, whether you're working in machine learning, you're enterprise software developer, desktop software development, or wherever you are, right? iOS development, wherever you are. So programming is an iterative process. So you just as fast as a thing is, so it's easier to iterate. So that's a point that you need to keep in mind. Okay, and it uses Ruby, so which is a very great programming language to get started with, so it doesn't force you to use specific editor or tooling. That's also great an upside. So you can use VS Code, or you can use whatever that you like. It is not it doesn't care. Okay, so it's very lightweight, so you can even use a Raspberry Pi for this game. That's fantastic, right? So you can even use a Raspberry Pi to just develop a game. I'm not saying about playing the game like many people do with RetroPie. You can even develop a game using something as lightweight, as cheap as a Raspberry Pi. Okay, and it has live reload, and it doesn't compile, no compile time. So it's not like you have to make a change and then wait for the game to compile for a long time to just see how that change actually behaves in the real world. So it's not like that. So it has live reload. Some people call it hot reload in some contexts. So okay, so you can just do this. So this is amazing. Okay, so, and he says, okay, I'm going to be honest, DRGTK might not be for you. If you want to make 3D game, look elsewhere. So this is keeping things simple, keeping things easy. So if you really don't want that, if you want flashy 3D games, then just look elsewhere. Okay, that's what he says. So, and he also says, if you're new to game development, I would recommend starting with a 3D game. That might be contested by some might not agree, but I think it's a very good advice. So just starting with 2D game, it's great advice. It's contested. Some people will not agree. Okay, and there are a lot of stuff that are that are out there. I just saw a YouTube ad the last day where you don't have to write a line of code and you can build a game and stuff like that. And so if you really want that, just also look elsewhere. Why program a game? Because it makes you a better thinker. So you're just a better problem solver if you have kind of programming muscles. So when you have developed some programming muscles, you learn to think in new ways, and it makes you a better problem solver in general. Okay, so this is good. And there is some great advice from the author. This is a free book, and I hope that you read the book. So this is okay. And that's an ad. That's an ad. Okay, that's an ad from itch. Okay, so this is the page. So I am dragonwritersunite.itch.io, Dragon Ruby book. So you just go there and get the book. This is free. So the best way to having the right mindset is to just be curious. So whenever you are programming a game or anything like that, you're following a book or a project, or you're following me, so just don't stick with what I show you or what's written in the book. You just go ahead and tinker with things. You just make small changes and see how it make changes to the outer world. So be patient. So learning is difficult. Programming is a difficult activity. I'd say it's for everybody. I don't say that I have seen people who can't absolutely code, they're just intelligent enough. That's not the case. Anyone can code, but range is vary a lot, mileage is vary a lot. Some people just get it easy, some people requires more time, and some people need to be more patient. Some people are natural just because of their background and what they did before they came to start to program a computer and stuff like that. A lot of factors are in there, but everybody can code, but not everybody can code everything, but that's okay. Everything is not for everyone, but programming, that has a quite lowest common denominator. Everybody can code, okay. And so you also need to be kind to yourself and others. That's also a great activity. So many people, there's an image of the computer-ridden nerd sitting in a computer alone, having no social life or anything like that. That's a very bad image and does not reflect the reality. So programming is definitely something that is done inside a team, done with friends, done with colleagues. So, and a lot of important part of coding is not actually writing the program, not writing the code, it's actually solving problems. And sometimes you solve problems by asking good questions and answering others' questions as well. So and being kind, it's just efficient. So even if you're selfish, I just advise you to be kind. Not because being kind is wonderful, it's great, but it's also very efficient. Always be kind to everyone, okay? And whenever you are asking questions, whenever you are answering questions, always be very, very kind. That's just more efficient. You will know when you go out in the world and you make serious contributions to a project inside a company, in an open source project, whatever. You will know that being kind is just the most efficient thing to do, and it's also a very nice thing to do. And it will benefit you in ways that you can't even imagine, and it will also keep you grounded, sane, and happier. Okay, that's an advice. Don't be a prick to anybody. Just okay. When you're programming, or when you're answering questions about programming, asking questions, helping somebody, or choosing to not help somebody, always be kind. Okay. Okay, here are some advice by people, by the author. So, okay, and there's some X-Files, X-Files stuff here. Okay, do you watch X-Files? It's kind of creepy, it's fun to watch. It's not educative or anything like that, but it's fun to watch. Yeah, definitely. Okay, so make a small game and ship it for free. So then make another small game and ship it for free. Before long you'll be, oh no, Copilot open. Before long you'll be building a visual novel for Mulder and Scully's case. Okay, anyway, so that's not our goal. So our goal is the first part, make a small game and ship it for free. Okay. So what we'll be making, I also showed this to you. Maybe the sprites are different, maybe the backgrounds are different, but this is what essentially I built, that I showed it to you. So this is the stuff that you make, and look at this. So this is 102 pages and we're already over 6. Okay, and so this is what it is. This is what you'll build. Okay, so we will always I will cover all of this context, all of these concepts to you. You don't need to worry about those. And I'll cover each of this concept. What is a game loop? How do you render text? How rendering sprites? How do you render sprites and animate them? How do you handle input? How do you play sound effects? How do you make a game better and then shipping it? I'll also I'll just cover it to you. Okay, so who's this? Who is this guy? So this is Brett Chalupa. This is the guy. This is the person that wrote this, and so he has been writing Ruby for about 12 years. A very experienced person. For 12 years, you just don't even know like the ways you improve. Okay, so 12 years of programming, that's a huge achievement. That's a huge achievement, and you mature in ways that you can't even imagine right now. Okay, I don't even know. I have been coding for less than that, and different things. Okay, so I'm not that experienced. This book is free, and so we thank the author for it, and that's great because we have this free stuff. We can just read it and share it with you without having to worry about anything. Okay, so if you love gaming and if you want to make games, this is free for you. Okay, and I also suggest you that you help the author with his buy me a coffee page or subscribe to his newsletter. As a way of saying thank you, it will be very appreciated by him. Okay, and you can contribute to the game and contribute any small changes in GitHub if you want to make some changes or improve some things, or there's a mistake that you have found, you can just submit an issue on GitHub. Okay, that you can do. That's also something that I very much recommend even for beginners. So when you're a beginner, you won't be contributing important code, or you won't be refactoring code in a mature code base. Okay, that's what you won't be doing when you're a beginner. For some years you won't be doing that. But what you can do from day one is that you can make formatting better. You can make some catch some typos and submit issues for that. So when you do this even for like 3-4 times, the workflow gets so easy and natural to you. So when you start making code contributions, that won't be an issue at all. So you will be already very familiar with whatever you have done for months. So and it's also good spirit, right? Someone is making something free for you to read, for everyone to read. You just give back by catching any typos, or if there is any mistake, or if you think something could be made better, and you can just open an issue and ask questions and give suggestions. That's a very good thing to do. That's actually a very good thing to do. I recommend every beginner this. So if you're not ready to contribute code or refactor code to a mature code base, but you can improve the documentation. You can improve a document, something like this, a book, and so that's something that I want you to keep in mind. So you can also reach out in the Dragon Ruby Discord channel. That's also something that I recommend to you. So how do you read this book? So read this book. So each chapter builds upon the last, because it's a game. So we take small steps. So this is also one of the wonderful concepts of computer science. This is called abstraction. So abstraction is something. So when you have, let me draw something for you. What's that? I think Excali draw. So okay. So whenever you have something, whenever you are a computer scientist, you're building something, or everyone. So you just focus on building one step at a time. Okay. So when you have this step, okay, and you have tested it enough, and you have you have gone everything. This is step 1. Okay. So whenever you have done that, yes, and you know that this thing is completely ready, you don't focus much more time on that again. Okay. So then you focus on building a second step upon this. Okay. So that builds using the thing that you already built there. Okay. So let's say you're trying to build a house, and you buy a hammer. Of course, when you have bought the hammer, you don't care about how the hammer works. Or when you have a drill, you don't care about how the drill works. What you actually care about is how to interact with the drill, how to use the drill to make holes and stuff like that. You don't focus on the drill's inner workings. So this is one of the things that is a very important concept in computer science. It's called abstraction. When you have step 1 built, you just focus on building the step 2. Okay, you don't need to care about it's not fully true, like you don't care at all, it's not like that, but you certainly focus much more on step 2 because step 1 is already built. And when you have built step 2, you just graduate to step 3. Okay, so this is one of the great concepts of computer science. So when you have something made out, you stop worrying about that. It's good to know how that works and how it is structured, but you certainly put more focus on the layers above. Okay, this is the direction that you go. Okay, this is the direction that you go. Okay, from here to here. Okay, and from here to here. Okay, so whenever you are focused with step 3, you just using tools that are implemented in step 2, and you don't worry so much about the tools implemented in step 1. This is called abstraction, and this is very true in all kinds of software development, and one of the blessings of computer science, the field of computer science. It's much more fundamental than games. The concept of abstraction is much more fundamental than the concept of games, and enterprise software, web development, whatever, websites, apps, and you should really know it. So let me know what you think, and I'll send you a link to join a Discord channel. For this, you can also join the Dragon Ruby Discord. That's much more active, and if you have questions about this, I ask you to make comments and reach out to me in Discord. About me, so I think I need to give you some introduction first. Who am I? So you saw my GitHub page. So I am mostly focused as a deep learning research engineer. I'm more interested in research and computer vision, and I have worked in very diverse fields. Like I have worked with tea leaves, I have worked with fashion products, and I have worked with diabetic retinopathy, medical images, and so on. So in fields, I like to learn new things. I like to apply my knowledge to everything. So this is what I am. So this is the stuff that I do. So the most important thing, the most things that I do, I think what defines me is I like to do quirky things. I am very interested in stuff like computational neuroscience, artificial life, and stuff like that. Not artificial intelligence, AGI. I'm not so interested in those. So I'm more interested in small quirky things. They might not lead to anything, might not be of commercial value, but if it gives a kick to my brains, I'm all for it. So this is what I like. Okay. So I have about 3 years experience in writing professional deep learning software. I have won Google Open Source Software Expert Prize. I have owned places in Hugging Face and Google Cloud Hackathon. And when there was coronavirus going on, I also taught a class for the Stanford program Code in Place, where I taught basics of Python to adults. Some college students are much older from around the world. So this is why I like to teach. I also have much interest in mathematics. I'm not very good at it, but I'm very interested in this. I'm very interested in learning new things. I'm also interested in learning quirky languages like APL, Clojure. I also don't know much, but I'm just interested. Okay, so that's me. Say hi in the comments, and I'll be very interested in just interacting with you. So just let you know, I just want to let you know that I do not do any of this with an iota of expectation of making money or building a career as a streamer or YouTuber or anything like that. So I just do this for fun. Okay, I hope you appreciate that. I'd just like to get to know you and teach you. If you have any questions, any suggestions, just reach out to me. Okay, I'll just give you the link to my Discord or anything like that, or any way to reach me. Okay, goodbye for now, and if there is enough interest, I'll just go on building the next videos. Okay, bye for now.